Whew. Jesus. What that one? Film.
Yes. Video and some pictures. Hey, what is video and some pictures?
Video, probably video.
You got both of them? Yeah. You can bring it down a little bit.
Tell me when it go. Tell me when it go. Eddie.
That's it.
It's me, oh
Let
Lord.
me see that picture.
Hey y'all. Happy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I said thank you.
And somebody said you so fine.
It was him, the same person. Thank you.
Let me see that.
I said it twice.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You good? I'm just saying, I'm distraction. Miss ACL dog, you good?
I'm good. That's YouTube, no Facebook. I can't.
I'm gonna send you the Facebook.
Okay, no, smoke it.
You want me right?
Okay, no. What is that? She do radio too. He just gave you a new nickname. Come on, Kentucky.
You good, Joe? I'm good. You good?
I'm good. I'm ready. Let's go. There go James. Hey, James. Hey, James.
It's 5 days on my neck. It was no smut on my rep last time that I checked.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Mo Booster, also known as Miss ATL Doll. You can follow me on IG at Miss ATL Doll. You can also follow me on the Post Up News. That's DAPOST Up News. We in the building, Power 108.9. And oh my God, I can barely breathe. I swear I just crossed all the desert with all the disciples and everybody else. And I am not a pleasant camper right now. I mean, I'm cute. My makeup didn't sweat. My lashes did not fall off. And Eddie, my edges are still intact. So raised the roof for that. But anyway, as you guys heard, when we came in, we are playing the late Nipsey Hussle. So this is like a debate in my house right now. Because I did not know of Nipsey. I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
You know, I have my guest co-host in the building, Miss Ashley Day, because you actually do rap, so you follow rap, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So let me tell you why this is a debate in my house. So I know Nipsey from dating Lauren London, right?
Right.
So when the story first broke that he had been shot, I was actually on a phone interview, interviewing somebody. So I was trying to focus on the interview and cover the story at the same time.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I got off the phone, at the time, he had not yet been pronounced dead. So, of course, you know, in journalism and media, people are so hell-bent on getting the scoop. They want to get the story, and they go just a little bit too far sometimes. Okay?
Trying to find too much gossip.
Right. So the next day, TMZ, I got to say this hood, because there ain't no other way to say it. TMZ done went and got the surveillance tape from the Piggly Wiggly. I don't know if there was really Piggly Wiggly, you know. And it's not a very clear tape, but the footage actually shows the guy shooting him, coming back to shoot him again,
Oh my
kicking
God.
him in the head, and all these things. It's very blurry, but you can clearly make out what
What's
is going on.
Yeah.
So the reason why it's a debate in my household is because, like I said, I didn't know him. I had never heard his music. But of course, I want to cover the story, send my condolences, because something did happen.
Right, right.
Someone passed away. An
Yeah.
influential person passed away. So my husband, like, oh my God, people are getting on my nerves. Didn't nobody know him, and they all want to post him. Blah 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 blah. I said, well, babe, you gotta kind of understand. This made national news.
Right, right.
You know, the whole thing has made national news. Even people that we do know of, like The Game and Snoop Dogg and, Tank, all of these people were associated acts with him.
Right.
So even if we didn't know of him, he worked with somebody that we knew.
Well, not only that, the more you see what's going on,
Mhm.
it makes you gravitate to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, it's a sad situation to see somebody in hip hop go downhill that way. That was actually a very big impact. Not only that, he was inspirational, motivational, and he was trying to show people a different way.
Right.
So
I'm trying to explain to my husband, hey, calm down. It's okay. Because I don't know if he remembered this, but when it first happened, he was like, I ain't know him. But then 3 days later, he goes, I've been listening to his stuff. Babe, hold on now. Wait.
wow.
Did you know him or did you know him a little bit? Which one is it? And he was like, he just slapped somebody. I watched him on YouTube. I'm like, babe, I'm still confused, but I'm trying to keep the peace, so I'm not gonna even bring it up.
Right.
But the thing is, I don't necessarily think that people are jumping on the bandwagon per se. Some are, some aren't. Some are just doing it because it's human nature. Somebody passed away.
Right.
So while that is something that bothers him, what bothers me is the conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And I feel like the conspiracy theory is the conspiracy theory. And people don't understand what I'm saying. But right after he got shot, you got people posting videos talking about, if you go back to 3.5 seconds, there was the Illuminati sign on the ground. So now I'm all on YouTube. I'm trying to go back 3.5 seconds and squinting and turning it upside down and flipping the phone up to see where they saw this stuff at.
Right.
Maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Maybe I don't follow the Illuminati that tough to know what I'm looking for. But it's like, oh my God. So then the guy makes a video and he's like, yeah, the government been downtown LA practicing drills. So they wanted to test their drill out. That was a military shot. 5 to the chest, 1 to the head. I'm like, why come it couldn't just be a lucky shot?
Because people want negativity to
Right.
be the gossip and topic of discussion. So that's what they create.
And it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Because the conspiracy theory really is the conspiracy theory. Because when you have all these people talking about this, this, and this, and this, it takes away from the situation that really happened.
Right.
And it be some of the dumbest people saying stuff about the conspiracy theory because it makes them feel like they're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Like your regular hood people that talk slang all day, every day. When something happens and tragedy strikes, all of a sudden they become a scholar. And you're like, oh my God, they get on there, they type up whole paragraphs. Couldn't even pass a 3rd grade essay. Now they type in paragraphs.
Right.
Plymouth Rock didn't land on us. We landed on Plymouth Rock. What the hell are you talking about?
They have no clue.
The government did this. They infiltrated the friend and they told the friend, okay, well, now the friend is going to jail. And whoever trained him clearly didn't train him well, because you call to the mental institution
exactly
and go get arrested. You're supposed to plead crazy after you get arrested, not before.
Some people don't know how to do their own crime that they setting themselves up for.
Then I have people saying, or I've read people say, oh, well, it's a conspiracy theory and the government did it because how can he afford a top dollar lawyer? Okay, here's the thing. It is a national situation. He ain't got to be able to afford a top dollar lawyer.
Right.
That man might be defending him for free because it's free, but it ain't free because it's going to get him more publicity and more notoriety. So here we go. You tell me to take a break? Or you was agreeing with me? Oh, okay. Okay. But that man might be defending him for free.
Right.
Because what is he losing? He's not losing anything. That man probably don't care if that man going to jail or not. But it's going to draw attention to him because they have said that this lawyer that's defending him was also the lawyer that made OJ try on the glove.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name because he's irrelevant to me. But now he's defending this other guy who pled not guilty. How could you do that?
I mean, that's crazy.
And the fact that people think, I saw someone write, y'all stupid if y'all think that's the way it really went. I mean, call me crazy, but I've had people hate on me before.
Right.
I've had people hate on me. So why come it couldn't just been that?
Right.
They want to make it deeper than what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want us to take time to focus on what happened. We lost somebody with an impact in the community.
Right.
Some young child, some young little boy and little girl lost their dad. So those are two children that have to grow up with an absent father. Mm-hmm. Not because he didn't want to be there, but because somebody took his life.
Out of hatred.
And what he meant for evil actually turned out to be good, because now the gangs in LA, they are coming together and walking together because he worked with people from rival gangs. He worked with Crips and Bloods and, you know, all of those different types of gangs. And he had an influence on the community.
Right.
But the conspiracy theories, oh my God.
I mean, that's where it gets sideways.
I bet they think Jesus nailed himself to the cross too.
Basically.
Jesus could come back right now and they'd have something to say. But anyway, it's your girl Mo Brewster on the Post Up News on Power 108.9, and we will be right back. Child, they made me stay off the internet.
Right.
You notice I ain't been posting like I normally, because I'm just like, I do, and I couldn't, because it is truly a sad situation.
It's too much. I mean, it's just too much being thrown at it for one, and they not really focusing, like you said, on what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing that's going on.
The world we live in. Now, if that guy, I mean, I'm just, they have him in confinement, like he's not in general pop, and I'm like, why not? Why not? He wouldn't, but I mean, the LAPD don't even like him at this point. So,
right.
Somebody, never mind. Right. I got somebody saying, man, please bring me on air. It's bigger than that.
Internet radio, Power 108.9.
You want to answer that, don't you? I bet it's just killing you seeing the soft glow just inches away.
Nipsey was working on a documentary.
Someone wants to tell you something.
He's not the only
ask you
one.
something.
Other people have had footage.
Oh, come on. Answer it already.
So why not pull off everybody? Right. Trying to research everything.
Just so we're clear, that wasn't my fault.
Is
Next
there a cure
time,
for AIDS?
ignore
Of
your inner
course.
voice.
Duh.
Don't text and drive.
AIDS is man-made.
Stay up on what's happening here at
STDs
Power. We've got new shows, new guests, and new events that help us connect with the community. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Power 108.9. You can also go to power108.9.com to get all of the updated news and happenings here at Power.
So first they have to create whatever it is they're creating. Then they have to create the placebo. Then they have to create the cure.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to do all of that before they, sometimes they do it before they give it to somebody, because they want to make sure they do it. All of this stuff is man-made. So these wonderful conspiracy theory people, they're talking like they're intelligent. Oh, they killed him because you were no Dr. Sebi and this is cure for AIDS. Tell us something we don't know.
First sentence they see is running with that.
And repost it.
Exactly.
Just because. Repost, hashtag. Now everybody making, I mean, man ain't even been dead when he died. He hadn't even been dead 15 minutes. The t-shirts with his face was already out.
I seen that.
T-shirts, paintings.
They trying to make money out of it.
The picture Snoop posted with the little girl. She got Nikki braids in her hair, her beads shaped like that.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I mean, my first thought was not, oh, that's cute. My first thought was, her head gotta be heavy as hell.
Right.
Looking to start your own radio show?
Somebody was
or
trying to
maybe
make
you'd
a
like to be a
point.
guest on one of our
Why they didn't put it on their damn
You may even want to tell us what a
You know
great
what I'm
job
saying?
we're
Why they
doing,
didn't
or
make them
how we can do
wings?
better.
Right.
Simple solution.
Embrace the
Email
wig, put
any
the beads on the
requests,
wig and put it on their head. They put it
or
on their child.
suggestions to
Too much. I cannot.
power108.9 at gmail.com. That's POWER 108.9. Now let's get you back to the show. This is your new favorite internet radio, Power 108.9.
Look, my nigga, this is dedication.
Oh, snaps. We got commercials and whatnot. Hey, guys. What's up? It's your girl, Mo Brewster, also known as Miss ATL Doll. You can follow me on IG at Miss ATL Doll. And we are on Power 108.9 with the Post Up News. I'm in the building with my special guest host, Miss Ashley J.
What it do?
So let's get back to you, Miss Lady. So you're a rapper. Or what do you call yourself? An artist? A lyricist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me tell you guys something about Ashley. Ashley can spit for real, for real. Like, I never would have thought it. When I first saw her, she just seemed so, like, we can't use the word humble anymore. We got in trouble last week. So yeah, it's out. She's a very friendly and down to earth spirit. Can we use that? Yeah, that's good.
That'll work.
But then when she came in, not only was she able to drop bars with no beat on the spot, she played her music, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, that is like, y'all know I'm a Beyonce fan. Beyonce gave me like, yay, Black Girl Magic. But Ashley gives you that same effect.
Wow. To be compared to that. That's
so thank
amazing.
you.
I appreciate
that. Thank you. I mean, because we live in a world full of Cardi B's and whatnot, and
Nicki Minaj's.
Cardi B make the type of music that if you go home and say that stuff to your man, you're gonna get smacked.
Exactly.
She's not. You are.
Exactly.
So Ashley, how long have you actually been rapping?
I've been rapping since I was 6 years old, but I didn't really take off until I was 12, and that's when I won the Black Expo in Kentucky.
Okay.
So when I won that, everything started taking off for me. I started making commercials for the radio, had a song on the radio, done numerous shows, opening acts, everything just took off, and I've been going ever since then.
Now, do you have an alter ego?
No, I stick to originality. I'm authentic, so I go by Ashley J, and that's the way I want people to notice me.
Now, what's your motivation behind your music?
Just, having a passion for it since I was 6 and not giving up on my dreams and showing people that it's going to be obstacles and different things that you face, but you got to keep fighting for your dreams if you really believe in yourself.
Now, as we were speaking earlier about Nipsey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So obviously we're seeing this footage where he was not with security.
Right.
And that's how he basically got caught slipping.
Right.
So at what point do you think as an artist that it is important to always basically focus on everything, your surroundings, your circle, everything?
Well, you always want to, keep your third eye open. And a lot of times people catch their own self slipping when they give too much information, or you feel like you can trust this person, but that person's only showing you that to get that information from you. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't really open their eyes and see, like, is this person for me? They just kind of hop straight in, and they feel like people that support them are always A1, and they not. People support you, but is it genuine support? Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of artists need to slow down and pay attention to. Genuine support, not just people that want to be in your corner because of who you are, or where you going, where they feel like you're going to take off in life. You got to really be able to say, okay, I'd rather have a handful of friends versus a whole posse that's coming with me everywhere I'm going. Because really, when you go in places like this is a business place.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to bring that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? It's a time and place for that type of entourage. Like you said, go to the club with them type of people. Mm-hmm. That's where they can get loud and hoopity holler, do all of that. But when you taking care of business, you got to represent yourself in the way you want yourself to be seen later on in life.
Now, I feel like it's 2019, y'all. Everybody has a gimmick. Right. I just think that people aren't working as hard as they should. They're finding a gimmick, right, and that's going to make them popular. But what I noticed with your music, you usually have a message. It's not just like twerk music and turn up music. It's really, you're really saying something.
Right.
So
right.
how important is it to you to incorporate some type of message in your music?
Well, because I know that I'm a role model to my peers already. I want people to be inspired by what I do. So if I'm always talking about, shaking what I got, or, giving myself away, I mean, what kind of self-respect does that represent? You gotta really be able to say, who else can listen to this besides the main people that I know is gonna listen to it. Just say, for instance, you're a grown woman, but I know I can give you my CD to you and your daughter, because she's gonna be able to gravitate or relate to something that I said that might, catch her attention. It might still be in a turn up way, but at the same time, it's a message behind it. So once again, you gotta roll with your authentic self, and that's how you get the message out.
Kurt Franklin did that to me.
What's that?
I'm so serious. Kurt Franklin, like, I grew up in the church, right? I even went to a Christian daycare.
Yeah.
And most of the time when we think about gospel, we think about that, we think about that old stuff, right? But when Kurt Franklin came out with Stump, you just dance and you bob along to it and you sing the words. And then what you're saying is going back, it's feeding your spirit.
Right.
So you're praising God. Like, I done had some church songs break me down in the car just from singing them. When I heard what was coming out, I was like, oh my God, that is so beautiful, God. I am so...
Seems like it's talking to you right at that time.
You had a whole ugly cry going on.
Yeah.
But I think it's very important because, like you said, even with my young daughter, well, she ain't young, she almost grown, but she was listening to what that little boy name, Extension Cord, whatever his name was. She was listening to him. And when he died, I was sad because somebody lost their child, but I also did not know him either.
Right.
And then when I started listening to his music, I was like, God, this is like really morbid. I didn't feel the same way about his stuff as I would feel about your stuff or about Nipsey stuff, but she did.
Right.
And then when I was, it's not funny, but it is. When I was on social media, all the other parents, like in my age bracket, who have kids her age and under, all of their kids knew who he was. And I was like, well, you guys do know he's talking, because she was like, Mom, he played like he committed suicide a couple of years ago, and everybody was sad and crying, and the conspiracy theory, where they were at it again, saying that he faked his own death. And if you look at 2.2 seconds, you can see him nod when he got shot and open his eye, and he wasn't really shot. I was like,
see, all of that, like,
make you not care.
Who pays attention to all of that?
Child, they swear Kanika done walked in and out the freezer 12 times.
Oh, man,
I mean, they make you not care because they fill your mind with so much stuff that you're like, bro,
I can't deal with it.
I can't. I'm
done following this story.
I'm done following this story. Godspeed to everybody, because I'm just done at this point. Because it's retarded. It's like, why can't we be in the moment?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think with artists like you, Nipsey, maybe Snoop, Snoop. I can't say some of Snoop's songs had something to say.
Right.
And Snoop done stopped smoking weed, went back to smoking weed, started back again. So now he's smoking weed light, which is the the less heavier version of weed. I don't know. But but he's just him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's just him. And to see him collaborate with Nipsey in that huge age gap, it's like bridging the gap.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But if you can get like minds to create something bigger that people will listen to and people will hear, the world would be such a better place.
I mean, at least to take a message from what you're talking about. Don't just be on there just mumble rapping, talking about who knows what. I mean, it's artists like Jay-Z, Meek Mill, people that really didn't felt pain, and people that really can put their story out there, and other people can be like, man, I felt that.
Right.
I felt that. But you can't feel, like all the turn up music that they put out, because you don't know what they're talking about.
When Cardi B released Please Me, my husband said, man, you heard Cardi B new song? I was like, no, I haven't heard it yet. And I was like, I listened to it. And as soon as I turned it on, I didn't like it. I like Bruno's part because I like R&B.
Yeah.
I didn't like her part because she wasn't saying anything. But they played it that whole entire day.
They'll play it out.
To the point where he came home singing. I was like, what the hell? Let's not sing this.
Right.
You know, because I tried to slow my mind down to listen to it. And when she said lollipop, I was like, what is she saying? Twerking in some J's.
Right.
I mean, well, what else are you wearing? Because these are things that I need to know before I can get into this tune. Like, you're what are we doing?
It was no build up.
It was nothing to me. But the fact that people continuously play this stuff, it's brainwashing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It's brainwashing.
I mean, it makes you know the words. I mean, if you keep the radio on anyway, they're gonna constantly play the same stuff over and over and over again. And it's gonna become something that you either mumbling like,
right? You can't help it.
You can't help it
because it's on.
So
yep. I listen to old school stuff. I'm not afraid to admit it. I hardly ever listen to the radio.
Yeah.
My Spotify is constantly on listening to old stuff. I played Crisscross in the car one day. The entire is it compilation?
Yeah.
All their songs.
Wow.
I done jumped, missed the bus, partied. I did all of that. And my kids was like, because I was doing a dance too.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. We'll be right back on Power 108.9 with the Post Up News. It's your girl, Miss ATL Doll, chilling with my co-host, Miss Ashley J. We got our guest coming on the, I think she's on the way. I think that's who tried to call. Oops.
Oh.
Hold on, y'all. I got to check my phone right quick.
Oh, okay. Let me see. It's okay. They changed it.
You say 427? I mean 247? FYI, she's a little person. That's the politically correct term. So, okay, just giving y'all heads up.
If you can kind of just maybe be close together.
Yeah, she calling now. She calling Eddie phone.
Power 108.9 is the website. Hey, we got an awesome show for you today. Power. Wait up, shout it. 108.9 is the website. Like.
This is the worst part about this location is trying to tell people where it's at. It is a great location. Well, I parked at my job and walked across the street, but if it was raining, I would have been screwed. Yep. I bet everybody like, where'd she go? My man, hey y'all, hey.
Oh, got that crisscross.
We do this to make you. I wish he just gonna let the whole song play. That's my song. What's up, guys? It's your girl, Miss ATL Doll. I'm back in the building. Hold on. Paris, yeah. Hey, I make you hump, hump, wiggle, and shake your rump. Cause I be kicking the flavor that makes you want to jump. Ooh. High, real high. Cause I'm just so fly. See, I told y'all I can spit. I can't do Ash. I'm on your next song. Cause I'm telling you, old school music. Listen, Confession.
It's the best.
Criss Cross was my very first concert.
Oh, really?
I had my pants on backwards and everything.
Classic. Straight classic.
They were my first concert.
Wow, really?
They were my very first concert.
Dang.
And my second concert was Neo with Chris Brown being his headliner. Chris Brown had just come out.
Oh yeah, so that was
years ago. That was years ago. But you know, I did a lot of things as a kid. Concerts just was not one of them.
Yeah.
I used to go to the Ringling Brothers Circus all the time, and WWE, WCW wrestling matches all the time. Yeah, you know, my daddy wanted a boy, so
he just substituted you
to
do all
I went to those things.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the things that we see with people on social media, it was so much better. Like social media it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing.
Right.
Because when the Nipsey footage released with the video that wasn't the best quality, T.I. took to social media and he was like, y'all take that stuff down. Because that's in hindsight, it was somebody's father.
Right.
Son. And I can't really get clarification on if him and Lauren London was married or not.
Was they married?
People keep saying they were not married.
I'm not for sure.
But you know, I can't say it was fake news or not, but somebody did post an article saying that they were secretly married last year.
Oh wow.
On an island. I guess it was back when he was filming one of his videos or whatever, and they all went out there and they said, you know, the family members are confirming that they were in fact married. And if you go back and look at some of his earlier pictures, he does not have on a ring.
Right.
But if you look at some of his later pictures,
he has on the ring.
He does have on a ring on his married finger, and so does she.
Wow. Yeah, so maybe they were.
I don't know. I just, you know, I send my husband to the store a lot.
Yeah.
You know, when I have cravings at night and I want candy and a Coke.
Yeah.
And I do get worried when he doesn't come back at a certain time.
Right.
So I will blow his phone up and try to call and check on him. And God, I can only imagine.
I mean, just imagine not being able to see him or hear his voice.
It's a very unfortunate situation, especially when, you know, I read an article. His grandma said that his brother was at the house with her, and Nipsey actually called the brother and said, "I've been shot."
Oh my God!
And the brother raced to him and was trying to help save his life. And he said, you know, when the paramedics picked him up, that's when he realized that Nipsey had been shot in the head.
And what gets me is that he was actually doing something to help somebody else as to why he was where he was at the time. You know, he was, you know, there were stories that came out and said he was trying to help a friend that had just got out of jail. Prison, yeah.
He was going to give him some clothes.
Too. That's what I heard. The guy that had just got out of prison got shot too. So
I just had a show, I think it was 2 weeks ago. We talked about what about your friends and what about the company that you keep and the people that you have around you. It's a very scary situation because obviously we're doing the things that we do for success and not for money. I'm pretty sure you're not rapping for money, right?
No,
I'm not doing right, and I'm not doing media or anything like that for money. Now, don't get me wrong. I know my value.
Right.
Okay, so let me just say that there's a difference between doing what you're doing for money and knowing your value. So you take your passion and you create a platform or whatever it is that you're doing to make a financial gain.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So that means you don't, whenever people start, oh, can I I wouldn't do it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, because I believe in your music.
Right.
But there are some people, they go in the basement, they make a song, they don't touch it up.
No.
They don't fix it. You know, it just be Peanut and Junebug like down there. Yeah, it's just a Peanut and Junebug. They think they can they can rap. Okay. Right. And so now they done call themselves making a mixtape.
I mean, that's garbage rap to me. I mean,
and then it's like they send me stuff in my inbox. Yeah. I'm just gonna be honest to you guys, and I've said it before, so I'm not scared of losing followers right now. I'm not gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
No offense to you, but it's just if I'm a media personality and I'm doing what I'm doing,
right,
I gotta value my time.
well, not only that, when somebody send you something, it should be as professional.
Facts.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It should be professional, like you sending it to any record label, anything. You should have a press kit. You should have something that, you know, you ain't got to go here, there, everything is right there laid out for you in the email. That's how people want to work with you.
Yeah, it shouldn't be you and Peanut done made this mixtape and now you sending it and I'm guys, you got to get yourself together because people are only going to take you as serious as you take yourself.
Exactly.
A period. It's not going to happen. And they even said with the Nipsey situation that the guy that shot him was a rapper. And that's what the beef was over. I mean, we won't know until more details kind of emerge.
Come out, yeah.
But allegedly that was part of the situation.
And you know, that's why, you know, a lot of times when you friends with rappers, you really gotta watch what you're doing around each other because somebody's hating on something. Or yeah, I want to see you do good, but I'm not gonna give you these details because you ain't great over, you know what I'm saying? You're not very spark over top of me. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's not just with rappers.
It's with singers too?
It's with people in general.
In general.
It is with people in general.
Yeah.
Because I actually did have somebody tell me, you know, once before, I said, hey, how do you, and I thought this person and I were friends and I thought we were working together and we were a team. So if that person would have ever come to me and asked me to show them something, I would have, because I didn't feel like I was in competition with that person.
Yeah, and you shouldn't feel like it ever, really. I mean, you're in competition with yourself.
Facts. So when I asked this person, I was like, hey, you know, I noticed you're doing X, Y, and Z. That's kind of cool. How do you do that? The person point blank said, I'm not showing nobody else how to do nothing until my stuff take off. I was like,
wow.
Well,
wow.
I didn't know I was everybody else, but
okay.
Thank you for letting me know.
Right.
I got the memo. I'm up to speed now.
Yeah.
But if it's something that I know how to do and somebody needs my help, I'm going to share it with them.
I mean, why not share your sources if you trying to show that person genuine support? It goes back to the genuine support.
Bless people, bless others.
Exactly.
And that is the way to continue being blessed.
Yes, it is.
You have to teach, because, you know, I remember when I first started out on social media and I didn't have a huge following, I would want to send my makeup to makeup artists and nobody would give me a chance.
Wow. Because you didn't have a big following.
Because I didn't have a big following.
Wow.
So it was like they made me feel like my product wasn't as good as MAC or it wasn't as good as Fenty or whatever. So I decided to start doing something different. I started searching for makeup artists that I felt like were talented that did not yet have a following.
Right. And
because those are the ones, those type of people will promote you the most.
Exactly. And not even looking for a coin.
Not even looking for a coin, because you believe in their talent. And it's really a great thing to do stuff like that, because you're helping each other.
Exactly.
Because if I send you my product and you go slay somebody's face and you take a picture, I'm promoting your work as well as my product.
Exactly.
And I'm going to also make sure you're tagged and you get all your credit, everything.
Because you need that exposure.
Right.
I mean, that can open up doors for you in numerous ways. You never know.
Right. And that you're right. You need that exposure. It's called networking.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And I don't know why people are so blind to the fact.
Some people try to keep things so sheltered to themselves that they miss out on their own blessing.
Right.
So,
because I think it's exactly what you said. They say they want to see you succeed, but in hindsight, the rest of that is, I want to see you succeed, but I don't want you to over succeed me.
Exactly.
And that is so sad.
Yeah.
Because how do they know that this, what they're doing, is their calling? It might not be their calling. It might be yours, and they might be the missing piece.
Right.
To get you where you need to be. And I'm a firm believer. Like, I have the young lady that was my guest host last week, my friend TT. TT would be one of the people that I would probably take with me anywhere that I go.
Wow.
We don't talk every single day.
Right.
But she has literally been a part of every single project that I have touched.
Wow.
From when I had my very first when I first started my makeup line, I had 50 tubes of lipstick in a Ziploc bag.
Wow.
What was I thinking I was about to do? Magic. I don't know. But I got a group of my friends together and I said, hey, I want to do this photo shoot. I had a makeup artist come out, apply the makeup and the lipstick and take some pictures. And it wasn't necessarily the best shoot. The photographer was great.
Right.
You know, but I wasn't working with models. I just got a group of my friends together. Right. And, you know, I didn't get the quality that I wanted
out of it. Right.
I got the support. But not the quality.
Yeah.
But TT, she actually is a model. So when I rebranded years later, she's still here.
Wow. That's longevity.
So that would be a friend if I struck it big and she ever called and asked for anything, or even if she didn't, I'd be like, here, TT. Let me buy you this rental property so you and your kids can continuously make money.
Because she stayed
I would
down.
do that because she stayed down. Versus friends that I had that thought they were better than me.
Exactly.
Just because of struggles.
And felt like they were leaving you in the cold, but really you rising.
Right.
You know?
Right. I've had people, you know, they see the little TV show and the whatever I do, media, all this different stuff.
Right.
And now they want to come along.
And at this point, the train is moving.
Right.
You know?
and people don't understand. You know, if they were your real friends and they talk to you, they will understand how these things work.
Right.
When you do music and media and all these different things, some stuff you go to is actually closed. Exactly. So you can't just take everybody with you.
Right.
So it's not that you're trying to be funny or Hollywood or anything like that. You're actually trying to be professional. Exactly. Like you said earlier. You can't take everybody with you.
No. You don't want leeches and people trying to use you up for your fame. You want people in your corner that's really there for you and care about you even when times is not up. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, your friend been around. She was around when the quality wasn't there. And you come back years later, she's still there.
Right.
You know, that says a lot about your friendship.
So what do you, when it comes to surrounding yourself with quality people, how do you do that? Like, do you still have your day ones? Are you team no new friends? Like, what's your view?
I like to meet new people.
Right.
But at the same time, I like to work my way in with people to learn about them, know what it is that I can do to help them and see if we on the same professionalism level. You know what I'm saying? Because it's things that I know how to do that maybe some of my other business partners don't know how to do. But when you study each other and they're, you know, at different events or, you know, supporting each other at different times, you're supposed to pay attention to the surroundings to see what's going on, what can be done, what needs to be done next time around to, you know, kind of keep everything progressing. So, you know, I don't really do the whole day one, you know, that whole situation because you don't never know who you might meet.
Facts. So what kind of new stuff are you working on right now?
Oh my God. I got tons of stuff going on. I mean, I just released my latest EP, Realistic Perception. And I'm about to start a podcast called In Pursuit of Greatness.
Oh, nice title.
Yeah. And you know, just off that title, like you said, nice title. You know, I want something that's gonna catch people with an inspiration message behind it. You know, what am I doing on the day-to-day basis to become greater and greater and greater every day? You know, and that's what I want people to gravitate towards when they look at me. You know, like, man, this girl I seen her right here. She's climbing. You know, just, I mean, I got that coming out. I'm working on my EP part 2 of Realistic Perception. I got an old school mixtape coming out. I mean, I got so much.
Like old school.
Yeah, I got so much material. Speaking of old school, I mean, like Notorious B.I.G. You know, a lot of the rappers that actually had messages, Tupac, Foxy Brown. You know, people that really were in the game back in the day and really stood out and still have that legacy moving right now.
I was talking to my cousin. My cousin, he's actually locked up. You know, he's been down for a minute. And we were talking, and of course, you know, in jail, they have access to certain situations. So we did talk about the Nipsey Hussle situation.
Yeah.
And we also talked about rap. in the history of rap, especially females in rap.
Yeah.
And I was just telling him about I was saying something to him about the City Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's cool, but I literally got in the car on my way to work one morning. It's 6:30 in the morning, and that Act Up was on.
Yeah.
And they bleeped out pretty much every other word. And I was just telling him, I was like, man, you know, we talk about fashion repeating itself and history repeating itself. Music is apparently repeating itself, because I just feel like this whole raunchy girl rap era, we've already done that.
Exactly.
We already did that with the Lil Kims and the Trina and the Foxy Brown. So now we're coming back to that.
I mean,
but when are we gonna come back? We skipped the Queen Latifah and the MC Light and
because people
Lady
don't
of Rage. We skipped that era.
People don't want to hear real stuff. They don't want to hear messages that are authentic. And that's what makes hip hop what it is. And people don't realize that. Nobody really focuses on what hip hop is. It's lyrics. It's based off of true stories. It's, you know, emotions. It's all types of things. But people, like you said, you get in the car, you act up, you can get snatched up. You know, I'm not trying to get snatched up, you know. But, you know, I might want to act up, but, you know, at the same time, it's like, I just, you know, it's a same message over and over. Act up, you can get snatched up. Act up, you can get snatched.
And then the thing is, like, when I'm listening to stuff, you know, you hear the hook.
Yeah.
But then it kind of makes you wonder, does that even go with what they saying in the song?
About? Exactly.
Because I was so in awe that this is what was on this early in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, that I sat there in the car for a minute. I was like, let me try to listen to this right quick.
Yeah.
And then I heard her say something about your purse and something. I was like, well, did somebody steal somebody's purse?
Exactly.
Well, what just happened? Because like I said, it's been done before.
Right, exactly.
And the fact that Trina is such a big supporter of theirs, is like she's co-signing for that to be, you know, continuously going on. But then we make this ratchet music with all these lyrics, and then in person we tell them men they gotta respect us.
Exactly.
So it's like contradicting ourselves.
It's like, is it women empowerment, or, you know, are you just supporting something that is popular right now?
Right, riding the wave, you know, and you guys got people, for our younger generation, our youth, our young ladies, they got to pay attention to what's being said and what's being done. Because the young lady JT, who's a member of the City Girls, I don't know if she's out of jail just yet, but she went to jail for fraud.
Exactly.
I mean, she was stealing people's Social Security numbers, getting these Chanel bags that she rapping about.
And people think it's okay.
I
mean, if they did, they would be supporting it. I mean,
I don't know. You know, I don't know. I just feel I feel so different, because it's literally history repeating itself. Because Trina was a stripper. She went from being a dancer to a rapper.
Eve
had talent though. I'm not saying Trina didn't have talent. It's just different. Those are two different type of female rappers.
Right. And you said, well, when I said Eve, I'm basically saying Eve, she was a stripper, but she didn't like brag about that a lot. She made her own persona and let that stripping legacy go. You know, I mean, it's like you grow out of things and you outgrow people too. So it's like she probably knew she was a star when she was a stripper, but she had to find that wave to get in where she fit in, and look at her now. I mean, she's still doing her thing.
Well, you know, my daddy took my Trina CD.
Oh, he did.
He did. He took out, you know, I was at that age where, and it's just, life is so different, because remember, you could go into the music store and you could put the headphones on and you could listen to the CD and stuff. And they had the explicit advisory stickers on there. You had to be 18 to buy it.
Right.
Man, these kids can get a hold of anything.
I mean, go to Google.
anything,
and you'll have it.
I mean, my daughter, my teenager, she posts, she has her she got the Instagram page we know about, and then she got the secret Instagram page.
Yeah.
She turned up on the secret Instagram page.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh my God, dear, why does it say I'm gonna step on a bitch neck?
Oh.
And she was like, oh, those are the lyrics to a song. I was like, what?
Wow.
Step on a neck? I mean, it's
a lot.
It's a lot. But you can teach your children, but it's like you're always in competition with the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For every nay you say,
exactly,
somebody is telling. Because at one point in time, somebody was in her inbox telling her she didn't have to listen to her parents. What the hell?
What?
You are
not okay.
You are not grown.
Exactly.
Listening to your parents is exactly what you still have to do.
Exactly.
But that's how our youth is being misled. And see, Nipsey, he wasn't that young. He was 33.
Mm-hmm.
But he had he left a legacy. And I definitely do not think his death was in vain. It's unfortunate that it happened.
Yeah, it is.
But to see the aftermath and the things that are going on,
it's sad, really. I mean, it's still, just seeing posts of him and his family and just
Were you a fan?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and jump on the wave and act like oh, Nipsey this and Nipsey that. Nah, I've heard of Nipsey. I've listened to some of his music. I've watched some of his interviews and different things like that. He's a very intelligent guy. Well, he was, and I just think that people need to check out their sources first before they just hop on the wave. Now that he's dead.
Absolutely.
Oh, I downloaded his whole. I didn't download his. Now that he's dead, now you just now download it. Why didn't you do it while the man was alive? You know what I'm saying? Just like they say, give me your roses while you're
alive. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the other thing that I never seem to understand in this world of technology is why when people pass away, people go to their social media page and follow them as if they're going to post something else.
Exactly. Like,
let's just assume he was running his own page. I'm going to assume that he was running his own Instagram page.
Right.
So his last post was either the day of his death or the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And he has accumulated more followers since he died.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying by people just hopping on the wave and not really, researching their sources.
And I'm like, why do people post stuff like he gonna read it? I just can't. We just live in a different world because you go in there. Like, I just troll sometimes. I troll and I read the comments.
Yeah.
And I saw something and they was like, man, bro, this ain't even cool. I'm like, oh, who are you talking to?
Exactly.
Like, not trying to be funny, but Lauren London has also gained followers since he passed away as well. And
that, I guess I can understand in a way, but not. It's the same thing. Like it feels as if she's gaining because of his passing, and that's not. That's really not cool. She has no privacy whatsoever. To
none. Did you see the video they got with her running in the hospital?
And she hit her head or something?
Nah, that I don't know how true that was. I need to talk to my mom about posting fake news because I could not find a credible source that said that was indeed what happened.
Oh, okay.
But she did. There is a video that some bystander made when Lauren London was running into the hospital, and they was telling her she couldn't go back, and she was like, "No, that's my husband."
Right.
Which made me further question if they were actually married.
Exactly, because she said that's my husband.
Right, because she didn't know she was being recorded.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So we can't say she was just saying it because the world was watching because she didn't know that person.
She was being recorded.
Yeah, we didn't even know.
Wow.
And the person making the video kept saying, "That's Lauren London right there." That's like this is the wrong time. Why would
y'all even be recording her? Let this woman grieve. I
don't know, but speaking of grieving, Kodak Black is taking quite. Well, Kodak Black that made such an epic fail. You saw what he did, right?
Yes, it's so much going on in the media.
I don't even feel like they need to address him at this point because he's young.
Yeah,
he's a young guy, and I don't know who recorded that video of Kodak Black, but I know I think he was just talking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He was just talking, and he didn't know what was going on, and That's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know, he said that he's gonna give her a year to grieve.
Right.
And then he gonna basically shoot his shot.
I mean, why would he even? I mean, that's just disrespect straight off the rip.
First of all, I don't even know why Kodak Black would think he would have a shot with Lauren London.
I mean,
like
she's not taking any passes right now. I mean, she's grieving, you know, so.
And she really ain't gonna want to talk to you after that situation. And T.I. told T.I. Tank in the game, they like, how dare you, you know, say such things and take it down.
Right.
And he went back and responded to T.I. I'm in Atlanta right now. Like, bro, seriously? You
asking for trouble. I mean, real talk.
Over social media. Now it goes to show you, if celebrities are not above social media beef, then you know regular people are not.
Right. That's just what it is.
He's so out of pocket. I mean, but I remember feeling that way when my dad passed away. My mom has always been youthful looking.
Yeah.
And I just remember after my dad passed away, my mom and I, we were walking in the mall and I was behind her. And it was a guy that looked like he was my age. And in hindsight, he should have been trying to talk to me.
Right.
You know? And he was, oh, look at her, check her out. You know,
right.
You know, on White Chicks, what a dude say, here, hold my poodle. Like, that's how I felt. Like, dude, you talking to my mama?
Right, exactly.
Man, listen. Like,
you better find something to do.
All that stuff, it's fighting words on a regular basis.
Exactly.
But when you factor in death and grief behind that, ain't nobody trying to play these games with you and have this issue.
It's just not, it's not cool.
It's almost like it's not even reality at this point.
Yeah.
Kodak Black, like, seriously?
Why would
you don't even comb your hair?
Do you think this woman even on your level?
Right.
I mean,
granted, I only seen her in one movie. I don't know if
really?
She's you seen her in something?
She's in This Christmas and she's in of course ATL.
Did she have a big role?
What
in This Christmas?
Yeah, she was the niece that was following every guy around in college, pretty much.
Well, our prayers are definitely with Lauren London. I'm glad that somebody is keeping her away from social media.
Yeah,
because I know that they are.
Yeah,
but I can't say I believe that part about her running and hitting her head on the coffee table. I can't say that. I think that's fake news. But anyway, it's your girl, Miss ATL Doll. I think we're gonna take a little quick break on Power 108.9 on the Post Up News. I'll be right back with you. Who? My little. Oh, okay. What time is it? I'm way over. You know that, right? Okay. Kodak Black gonna get jumped in the parking lot. Kodak Black.
Right.
He better stop.
I'm telling you. You need to be. Yeah.
I mean, you know, Nipsey in the game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he done said you need to hang tight.
You might want to do that.
You might want to hang tight.
For real.
That's the game. The game. I saw that video with the driving in the car talking about the situation. He was crying. So if I was you, I would shut the hell up because I really think he was dog.
Right.
Yeah, he said it in Atlanta. I ain't taking that. He must not know how fast people print up t-shirts.
I mean, because they doing it.
They don't care about you. Child. Everything to jump. I know for a fact my daughter lives in with pop. It's nice.
Oh yeah, you turned the
Oh, I'm
YouTube
sorry.
on.
You got somebody handicapped coming on the show?
Nah, she little.
Oh, what?
We ain't on air. Was stupid.
Closed. Somebody was like, they were like, go to the green deck, and so I went there. That was full. Then they were like, go to the red deck. That was full. So I went to purple. Purple was full.
Purple was empty when I went.
Really?
Yeah.
It was full, completely full.
Wow.
Literally,
Mo,
we
stop
came
moving
all
the
way to
camera.
top to where there was a gate at, and everybody was stuck trying to make
Mo,
a
stop
U-turn.
moving the camera.
Wow.
Hush.
Yeah. I was like,
Hush up. I'm trying to get my life together.
That's why you should have stayed at that other radio show.
No, I'm good. I have more voice power
Should have
here.
stayed your ass right there.
No, because then what would you do without me?
Hey.
Living your best life? Is that what you're saying? Look, you stuck to the microphone, Mike. You stuck to the microphone.
Yup.
If I wouldn't have been here, you wouldn't have never known. Are we back?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Do it sound like it though? Let's play Eddie commercial real quick.
Favorite internet radio.
Let's Eddie's commercial.
Power 108.9.
You want to answer that, don't you?
No.
I bet it's just killing you seeing the soft glow just inches away. Someone wants to tell you something or ask you something.
That's Eddie?
Oh, come on. Answer it already.
But it's that was him in the beginning.
Just so we're clear, that wasn't my fault. Next time, ignore your inner voice. Don't text and drive.
Stay up on what's happening here at Power. We've got new shows, new guests, and new events that help us connect with the community. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Power 108.9. You can also go to power1089.com to get all of the updated news and happenings here at Power. Thanks for listening.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, Miss ATL Doll, also known as Mo Booster. And I said that backwards, but y'all gonna let that slide. I'm newly married. I be forgetting my last name all the time. How do you it's a tragedy. Like the fact that you were a Clark for 30 something years and then all of a sudden you change your name and you're supposed to get used to it in 15 minutes. Imagine my surprise.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think it's been like almost 7 months. And I was so excited to get married that the first thing I did was update my status on Facebook. I couldn't wait.
When I'm married.
Yeah. As soon as we got done, I went on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, married. And I ran and changed my name. I went to the Social Security office. I was excited. Whatever.
Need to be.
Don't look at me like that. But I'm excited because I have a reality star, Tanya Scott, in the building with me. Hey, girl. Hey.
How are you?
Ain't she cute? She's so pretty. Y'all see her? She coming here with her skin all going and whatnot.
Right?
How you doing?
How'd you do that?
Skincare and
Exactly.
internal health. So yeah.
Right, because you're, in addition to the reality, you are also an entrepreneur, right? So you have your line. Tell me about your line first.
Okay, so my company is called Life Body Naturals, and we carry all kinds of things. So it's like hard to like have, that everyone says you got to have like this message where you put out. For me, it's like,
we just talked about that.
It's like, okay, what is my message? Because we have so many things. I help women regulate their menstrual cycles. My biggest thing right now is helping people with eczema, acne, and hyperpigmentation of their skin. I have a whole Lunazen collection, and we also have detox kits because for me, and just the truth of it is health comes internal and external. So if you're having external issues, you having acne, eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, whatever, it's most likely coming from your gut and what's happening inside of your body. So we have herbal infusions, and we also have capsules for people who don't like teas to help you cleanse internally. And I also offer consultations for people who don't really know where to start on being healthy or anything like that.
Wow.
That's dope. I'm looking at your skin. It's all smooth and stuff.
That's why I said how to do it, because I mean everybody's skin is not.
Because most people say, "Oh, I just drink like a bunch of water."
Yeah.
Like, what?
I eat vegetables.
Right.
Is that part of your verbiage? I drink a lot of water.
It's a part of. Excuse me, I can't even talk. It's a part of it. Yes, drinking water is great, but if you are drinking water and you're also eating McDonald's on a regular,
It's not
that's
matching.
true.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There's a lot of toxins in our foods, and we eat on a daily basis. We eat so many things that do not benefit our health, and in the long run, as we get older, no one wants to think about it. Like, we're all young, we don't want to think about when we're old, super old and stuff. But at the end of the day, what you do now is going to determine how you are. If you're going to have really bad arthritis, if your bones are going to be weak, if you're going to be dealing with hair loss and different things like that, it all depends on what you're doing now. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we do know that, you know, part of your claim to fame is being a reality star and a reality host. So tell me about the shows that you're currently on, because I know most recently you were with B. Simone, right?
Yep, I was on B. Simone, yeah.
Okay, so that I struggle with the title, but I think it's You're My Boyfriend.
Yeah, but really it's You're My Girlfriend, because I'm a girl, so I don't worry about all them other guys.
So what was that like for you, actually being on that show?
It was cool. B. Simone is so just, her spirit internally and externally is just beautiful. She's just a beautiful person. She always was making sure that me and the whole cast was always comfortable. So it was a nice experience to film with her.
How did you get involved in it?
I actually follow her on Instagram, and she made a post about the show, and I went down and shot my shot.
Yeah.
She chose me, so.
That's awesome. And prior to that, you were on Little Women of Atlanta as well, right?
Yeah.
Now, are you still on that?
I am not.
You are not on that.
No.
What was that experience like for you?
Stressful. I don't really know how much I can say, contract wise and stuff. But being on the show, honestly, for me was very stressful. It caused problems in my life outside of TV that no one got to see.
Right.
You know, they take stories and turn it into another story, and you kind of just got to sit back and deal with the texts and calls of people like, well, did that really happen? And, and you can't, and you don't know what you can say, and it's like, you know. And then there's people still that will come up to me or leave comments on my pictures on like social media saying stuff that is like not even true. And I'm like, people look at me a certain way because of the way that the show made me look. You know, they made me look like I responded to things a certain way and I didn't even say it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
reality
it
TV.
Makes it
right.
Exactly.
Because I think it was what's her name? Duchess from what's the tattoo?
Ink, Duchess of Ink.
Duchess of Ink. She was on Ayanna Van Zandt. I said it right? Yeah, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
And it was her and a lot of other people. What's the young lady's name? I can't think of her name, but they were on.
Why you keep looking at me though?
Because you had her on your show one morning. I can't think of the girl's name, the one that was married to Stevie J's best friend.
Oh, Masika.
It wasn't Masika.
It was something like that.
The one that
it was some kind of
the guy got the baby by. You know who I'm talking about? Well, apparently she's not memorable for me because I don't know her name, but I do know that Mike had her on the show one time. But she was on there as well, and they were talking about how reality TV messed up their life. Now, of course, this young lady, that I can't think of her name, she didn't stay on that show that long because they had a challenge where no, she stayed.
Oh, okay.
Duchess had one of the most relatable stories, and she talked about it, and she said the same thing that you said about how reality TV affected her life. Yeah. Because I guess because I always wonder when I don't watch reality TV, but when I did watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, no, Love and Hip Hop.
Oh yeah,
and they would be at the U Bar. And there was like nobody in there. And I'm like, what time the U-Bar open? Like I had questions. But I guess they rent the spaces out or they stage certain stuff and have you mic'd up and they tell you going to one thing and go on and you do something.
You'll be having a conversation about something. You probably saying
right, and they take the sound bite.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what happened to me. I'm watching the TV. I'm watching it excited because I'm like, yeah, they see the truth. Yeah, because I know it really happened. And I'm sitting back and I'm like,
that's not what happened.
Sitting with people that this scene is gonna cause an issue for my life, and I'm like, look, that's not how it went down. That's not what happened. I don't know why I did that. You know, and then they left season. I was on, what was it, season 4? They didn't do a reunion, so I didn't even have a chance to speak up for myself, clear nothing up. They kind of just left the fans hanging. They left everybody hanging, and there was literally nothing I can do about it. And then I'm not on this season, so they left everybody with nothing to go off of, and then.
You just stuck with what's out there.
And I'm like, you know what it is at this point. And I don't feel like I want to even answer too many questions, you know, about that people are asking me, because at the end of the day, I just want to leave it in the past, you know? And so for a lot of people hit me up and they're like, oh, you're not on the show no more, aren't you? You know, are you sad about that? Blah blah blah. And honestly, I'm not. I'm not stressed at all.
Right.
Like mentally, to think if they would have called me back and asked me to be on that show, I don't know what I would say, honestly. I don't know what I would say because I'm in a good space. I don't need to be on the show. It would just be like an extra thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Just a little exposure out there.
It would just be exposure. And, you know, there's a lot of things I can do for exposure.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I'm good at that point. So I don't know.
You have kids as well, right?
I do.
You have a boy and a girl.
I have 3 kids, 2 girls, 1 boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were kind of talking. Ashley does. Can you hear me still? Ashley does music. So we were kind of talking about the message and the things that are portrayed to especially our younger women. And that's what's important for me as far as what I do, because I feel like especially our young ladies, they don't have a positive role model, you know, because we're looking at reality. I started watching reality TV when one of the celebrities spent $1,400 on a pair of shoes. And at the time, my car was about to get repoed and I needed $1,400 and she was about to put them on her feet.
I mean,
that was something else I was going to say. I was going to say being on reality TV made it so like even now I feel almost like I have to keep up with this certain standard of living, like
the trend,
you know what I'm saying? The trend. I have to have this. For one thing, I'll go to a thrift store quick. Okay, New York got some of the best thrift stores. Okay, I got a cute sunflower dress from there. Look, I'm not the type of person I'm not big into, you know, expensive things like that.
Right.
Like if I do, I'll get. But like I have to really be in place to really want to go spend $1,400 on some shoes. You know what I'm saying? I could invest that. Like I got bigger plans for myself. Quick than to go buy some shoes for what? Like for me, you know, like I get it for those people. Like y'all got it. But for me, I'm not trying to keep up with the Kardashians.
I mean, even when I got it, I might not buy no $1,400. I would rather take my money and invest it into some schools or community centers or, you know, just something that will help change the trend, you know, because that's what the trend is about. I mean, why continue to hop on a train that's been evolving for so long when it's other things and avenues where you can build streams of income and show people that you're positive, and it doesn't always got to have a negative influence behind it.
Right. Exactly. And that goes back to what we were saying earlier about how, you know, people are looking at reality TV and they're seeing the things that people have, not realizing that some of that stuff is leased. You know what I'm saying? And we were talking about JT from the City Girls, how she was actually stealing people's Social Security numbers.
Oh, I just read about that.
So people are just seeing some of it and not all of it. They don't realize that she stole this Fendi bag, or somebody granddaddy died and she opened up a credit card and got this Fendi bag. I mean, you know, it's levels to this thing.
It is.
You gotta look deeper into this thing.
Yeah, I have a 13-year-old cousin, and she's very much into being like a lot of what she sees. And I try my hardest to be a better example for her because, like you said, we don't have a lot of role models that, and we do. Let's not downplay the ones that we do have. They're just not as active, and because they're not as popping, you know, they're not as new, like all the newer people that are out. No one is paying attention to them. They're not getting enough light. You know? So many people are kind of hidden. And because more people want to see fights, more people want to see drama, more people, you know what I'm saying?
And a lot of the stuff that's hidden is what's positive that needs to be in front of the scene. But instead, people get the gossip. They try to follow it, make other things up to it that has nothing to do with it. And it just causes a whole lot of ruckus.
But you know what? When we come back, I'm going to actually get Tanya's opinion on Nipsey Hussle in that situation. You are tuned into the Post Up News on Power 108.9.
Let's get it.
I'm glad I didn't say something because I was just about to mention that. Yo, I don't know what's going on. No, it keeps saying, you know, I was having issues outside too, so. Lock up.
that 8 minutes. Hey, y'all.
My phone is acting so slow.
Can you get all of it? Because I see you.
Yeah. Get you on that as well.
Ooh, that great sound. Hey, y'all. Okay, it's working. Come on. I bet you find it tomorrow.
It was nice to meet you. Appreciate it. Sure will.
Which one? Which one?
What happened? I done missed the whole thing.
Yeah, she will. She gonna be like, oh, that's what he said. Yep. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Mo Brewster, also known as Miss ATL Doll. You can follow me on IG at Miss ATL Doll. Of course, you know you can follow me on IG at the Post Up News. That's DAPOST Up News. We are back in the building with the Post Up News on Power 108.9. I'm in here with my co-host, Miss Ashley J, and our beautiful guest, Miss Tanya Scott. So Tanya, before we went to break, and I saw it on your page, you posted about Nipsey.
Yes.
You know, which we are all feeling the heartbreak.
Yeah, definitely.
We didn't know him personally.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to meet him?
I never met him. I don't know him personally. But I'm a big fan of Lauren London. I love her.
Yeah.
And honestly, hearing the news and seeing everything that was going on, it was completely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I honestly was crying. I cried that whole night. It was because I can only imagine what she's feeling, you know, and I don't know her family, her friends, but I hope that you guys are giving her so much love and supporting her and the kids, because I don't know how she's handling it. I wouldn't be able to breathe. And I can only imagine. My heart is so broken for her. And I just really I was about to say something really messed up, but honestly, look, release the guy. Y'all don't want to charge him. Do whatever. Let the streets get him, because that's how I feel about it.
That's how I felt about it. Period.
That's how he needs to get in the electric chair. Is what
period.
He needs,
period. What he did was dead wrong, and it was all about ego. And you know, we got to bring it back to thinking about how men and women equally, our egos so bruised that we go and do these detrimental things, and it's not right. You know, the world needs so much healing emotionally, helping people figure out how to deal with their emotions and deal with their anger, that they're not going out and doing things like this to people, to such beautiful people. He was doing so much for his community, for the world. His message, his music is even uplifting, to talk about people that, as for us to have music to listen to that's positive. His words were always encouraging, always on point. He's trying to teach people how to invest and do better things than just sitting on the corner and doing the wrong thing.
Absolutely.
And we took a big L, big L losing him. It hurt. It hurt.
You know it's bad when you sit there and I was like, there is no suitable punishment for the guy.
There isn't.
Going to jail is not going to bring this man back.
It's not.
Killing that man is not going to bring the man back.
It's not.
So there is no suitable punishment. And the fact that I saw somebody take to social media to say that, the streets couldn't get to him, so they killed one of his family members.
I heard that.
Now, I don't know how true that is, but that would be awful.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That his family would have to
go and hide
because of him. Mm-hmm. That's messed up. And then think about it. Say that really did happen and they killed somebody in his family. Now his family gonna be like, we don't want you around, right? Because look at what you have brought to us.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm just thinking this getaway driver that they got,
right?
Like she got to get dummy of the day somewhere, because somebody tell you to park in an alley and don't move and keep the engine running. That just don't sound good.
And you was like, okay,
right. Like, I'm gonna run and go get this burger right quick.
And then if the videos was right, he's creeping. So you saw him creeping down, going in, and you didn't think something.
I mean, use your common sense.
Period.
She might not have none.
She did. She probably didn't.
Because the police don't let her go. So.
And
but I know
crazy.
If I was her, I'd change my name, my look, everything. Because if people even feel like you remotely had something to do with this, because this was obviously a very terrible crime.
Yeah.
The fact that you gun somebody down, you walk away, you come back, shoot the person again, walk away, come back and kick the person in the head.
Right.
I didn't even see any of that. I don't want.
I saw all of that, but the fact that this man could still call his brother and say, "I got shot." So his brother was with him at the last and the final moment.
He was able to call somebody?
Yeah.
But the guy came back again.
I guess so.
Or he died.
Right.
I mean, there's so many stories out there. Damn. I mean, I don't know what to believe.
I don't know what to believe.
I don't know
either.
what to think.
I think it's sad, and we just gotta definitely pray over the community, not just in LA, but pray, over everywhere. Yeah, because even with Kodak Black saying the stuff that he's saying, we know it's stupid. We might not want harm to come to him, but for the fact that there are people that this man actually worked with and they were close to, they are hurting. Mm-hmm. So another act of violence may be committed based off somebody just being young and dumb.
Yeah. Right. And that's exactly what I think he was being. I feel like he should have definitely thought before he spoke. Even if he was thinking it, that's not something that you say. You don't know how people around you are mourning, what's happening. And you're going to say something so ignorant out of your mouth. Like, what are
Kodak in mourning? Because he should already know off top. He can't get Lauren London.
Right. I mean, he knows.
You ain't see the way T.I. took that chain off her neck in ATL shot of shit. You can't. You can't. It can't be.
No.
She ain't gonna go from Nipsey to him.
No, that's a downgrade all day long.
I'm not gonna lie. I've dated a couple of downgrades. I mean, I'm just gonna put that out.
But she ain't about to downgrade. She is gonna be lifted so high.
She's not even gonna date.
I don't even think she's
not gonna date probably for a long time.
It's gonna be a very long time.
It's gonna have to be somebody special to come along. But I think that's the last thing on her mind right now.
Right. It's the very last thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I have thought about that though. I thought about being her in her shoes and having to, not
move
having
on.
to, but moving on. Mm-hmm. Like how? You know what I'm saying?
It takes time. It works in time, but it's going to be a while. Yeah.
Because you
especially the circumstances surrounding
the circumstances and to open, to kiss or to hug or to be intimate and give that attention to somebody. Mm-hmm. It's going to be extremely hard for her because it's like she just wants to give that to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm
praying for her. They have a young child.
They have a very young baby. Yeah.
I know.
Well, that was not my initial topic for today. I often think about my topics as sermons because, I'm here on Sunday. So I always tell people I can't talk to y'all. I got to get my sermon ready. So next week on the Post Up News, we will definitely get to what we're supposed to. And I'm going to invite Tanya to come back with us one day and chill with us so she can get a little more time in. Thank you so much for showing up. Why don't you tell everybody your social media before we get out of here?
My name on social media is Tanya Tiana, and I'm going to spell it for y'all. TanyatEhanna, and my business is Life Body Naturals. And y'all should know how to spell that. It's a little bit easier.
Ashley, what's your social media?
Thank you.
And y'all can follow me, Ashley J, The Real Ashley J on Instagram, or you can just Google The Real Ashley J and everything's going to pop up from my music to everything else I got going on.
Y'all know where to find me. I done told y'all on every break and every lunches. It's your girl, Miss ATL Doll. That's Miss ATL Doll on IG, and just Google me on Facebook. I'll pop up. It's 8 pages to choose from. And this is the Post Up News. We are leaving Power 108.9. You guys have an amazing work week.
You leaving Power 108.9?
No. I mean, we leaving the building for the day. I can't leave. Y'all, my bad. Keep me on my toes. Gotta get a picture. My favorite sweet. Give me a milkshake with some donuts on top of it.
Oh goodness. Something. I'm hungry too.
I promised the kids, so now they like.
Oh, they ready?
Mm-hmm.
They're ready for it.
Accidentally recorded.